Your unconscious mind cannot decipher between what's real and what's imagined. Meaning, if you tell it something, it's going to believe it. It believes things through repetition, through what you say to yourself, through what you see. This is why you can watch a movie and you feel like you're there, because your unconscious mind thinks that you're really there. And this is why kids can get nightmares from watching movies or seeing things. My nephew got showed a video from my father of a snake. I think it might have been a dead snake that was at their property and was going around. And dad took a photo of it and sent it to my nephew. My nephew then had some nightmares about snakes for about 6 months afterwards. This is because he's only 3 at the time, his mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagination. So he then associated that with, that's real, he was really there. And that's what happens. And it's the same in dreams. We think dreams at that age are real. And so that's why people can develop issues around sleeping and not wanting to sleep. So if you understand that your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined, you have such a big opportunity to program your mind to make it start believing what you want, because 95% of you is run by your unconscious mind, 5% is conscious. The 95% is like autopilot. It's like you're flying a plane and you get up to the flying altitude and you just hit autopilot, and then you go off and talk to some hostesses or do whatever you're doing, but the plane's just still flying. Our unconscious mind does that exact same thing. We programmed as kids, we get programmed, and then it's just running on autopilot for the rest of our life. We consciously think that we're dictating our life, but really we've got 95% of us taking ourselves this way. The 5% of the consciousness, that's what we think is going on for us. That's what we think we are dictating life. But really, it's the thing that perceives past, present, and future. Your unconscious mind has no concept of time. It just runs on repeating patterns. It's like a software program. A software gets programmed and it just keeps running that same program over and over and over and over again. That's what happens with your unconscious mind too. It just keeps replaying those programs that have been installed, the patterns, the emotional memories, the core filters, the core wounds from the childhood beliefs, and the assumptions and the associations that we make with things. I had a guy in one of our events, he was about 5, he went back to a time when he was 5, and him and his brother had £5, it was in the UK, and his mother had £5 as well. In that, I can't remember exactly, but in that moment, he didn't want to give his money away, where his brother and his mum were going to give the £5 to charity or to someone walking around. I think they were at a fair or something like that. But he chose to hold on to it. That means that he unconsciously linked guilt with money. And so he was quite a successful property developer, but he just couldn't break through that ceiling. Every time he would get a good amount of cash in the bank, he would kind of fall off the bandwagon a little bit until it went down a little bit, and then he'd get another one. So he would kind of be going like this rather than going upwards. And it wasn't until he let go of that guilt and changed the association with money. And literally, we did it in our 3-day event, and it was on day 1, and he let that go in the morning. It was one of the first processes we did. And that day, he'd been trying to sell a caravan for 6 months, and he hadn't had any hits on it. No one had even reached out to him or messaged him or showed any interest at all. But as soon as he let that go, instantly, the universe reflected it back because his patterns changed. Someone called him up and paid for the caravan in full, and he ended up with $30,000 in his bank account that same day. Now, it doesn't always happen this quick, but that just goes to show you the power of the unconscious mind and the associations that we have. Your unconscious mind does not care about your conscious goals. It doesn't care about your success, about your happiness, about your relationships. It doesn't care about anything that you want. It has one job, and it's very, very good at that, and that is to protect you and keep you safe. And it will do everything in its power to do that. So if we are unconsciously sabotaging ourselves, it means that what we think we want is actually unsafe to our unconscious mind. This is the key point. If you understand this, you will go, okay, cool. So if I want to be more successful in career, but I keep sabotaging myself and I don't allow myself to get there, my beliefs don't support that, then at some level, at the highest level, our unconscious mind thinks that that is unsafe. And so then we need to reprogram it and show that it's safe through repetition. This is why the power of visualization is really, really powerful. It doesn't matter how long you've been on a healing journey or how long you've been wanting to work on yourself and improve yourself or how long you have been. It only serves your current identity right now and the awareness that you are placed on that. For example, if you think that you always need to heal and you focus on healing, it's like, what do I need to heal? What do I need to heal? What do I need to heal? You will keep attracting things into your life that's going to help you heal, that need healing, because that's what you're focusing on. And it might be yourself. It might also be other people. You might attract other people into your life who need healing because that's what you're putting out to the world. Now, there's two key concepts that I want to talk about when it comes to neuroscience and how to actually change your brain. First is neuroplasticity. This thing, when I heard this, it made so much sense, and so many people, they don't actually fully understand this. Neuroplasticity means that your brain changes. That means your brain is literally designed to change. Your brain has been designed to change. So if you're not changing, you're not doing what your mind has actually been wired for. Your brain has been wired, has been designed to change. If you're not changing and not rewiring your brain, you're not doing what it's meant to do. It's like, imagine that you have an arm and you just have it sitting there and it's meant to work and to move and to be able to go in all different directions. But you just hold it here like this and you just walk around for your whole life just going like this. It seems stupid, right? But this is what so many people are doing with their own brain. They don't understand. Your brain is designed to change. Therefore, it must be changed. If you want to get what you want in your life, if you want to change your life, you've got to rewire your brain because that's what it's made for. And if you don't do it, the external world is going to do it for you. And most of the times, the programming and the conditioning that we get from the external world is not serving you, it's not helping you, it's not taking you to where you want to be. So if we understand that your brain is designed to change, then right, cool. It's made for this. I am made to change. Change isn't scary, it's happening every single day. Most people fear change because it's their current identity, because they don't actually fear change. They have a dysfunctional relationship with uncertainty and the fear of the unknown. And so neuroplasticity allows you to literally change your thoughts, your beliefs, your patterns, your habits. It allows you to essentially kill them off, for them to die, and for them to rewire and create new identities and new emotions, new beliefs, new patterns, new neural pathways that help guide you to where you want to be. And they'll get formed through carving out new neural networks. I'm going to show you a little bit later 3 steps on actually how to do this in your own life. And there's so many stories about people who use visualization meditation, which is a way of reprogramming your mind and visualizing things. I don't necessarily think it's the most effective, but it still is effective to be able to reprogram their mind. And that's how people can completely change their life. In our events, in our programs, we do a lot of closed-eyed visualization processes with a number of other things, and things happen instantly. We let go of things instantly because we understand that your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And so if we can go back in time, reprogram a certain event or situation, flood your nervous system, and then flood that event. And so in that event now, your nervous system is completely different. It's with love or with at peace or with confidence or courage or whatever it is. And there's no emotional attachments to it. It just is. Your mind goes, okay, cool. This event here now is completely different. Therefore, that every single event after that is going to be different because this one event is different. And this happens in no time and in no space, because that's what happens in the quantum field. Your unconscious mind doesn't know time and space. It's just it. Everything's all happening at once in your unconscious mind. This is why it's so powerful. This is why you can actually reprogram your mind quite quickly when you know how. And one thing that is a common theme at all of our events, and I say this a lot, and a lot of the guys agree, they're like, I wish we learned this at school. Or imagine if I could teach kids this. It would be a completely different world. Who knows, it might in the future. It's a gift to be able to change your brain. It's a gift to be able to have these tools and processes to actually be able to rewire yourself. Most men are not open to it. Most men have to wait until something bad happens. So if you're watching this right now, life's too short. Life's too short to try and figure it out for yourself, trying to keep going on it. You can literally completely change your life. Your life can go from here to here in a very short amount of time. And if you want some help doing it, there'll be links on the page here somewhere. Reach out to us. I'd love to help you. I'd love to support you if I think that we can really help you. The second part I want to talk about in terms of neuroscience is the RAS, the Reticular Activating System. This one, when you understand this too, will completely change things. So this is a filter for reality. Your brain distorts, deletes, and generalizes reality to what you want. How you filter the world is what you're looking for. It's like you've got glasses on. You've got yellow colored glasses on and you're looking through those glasses. But that's just your RAS, what you're looking for. Have you ever gone to buy a car and let's just say it's like a red Toyota and you can't remember seeing them anywhere, but then all of a sudden you see them everywhere. It's like you're driving and you've already had a look at it, you're like, I really like this car, and then all of a sudden they're everywhere. It's because your RAS now is filtering for it. In this same way, if you want to filter the world for all the negative and all of the bad stuff that's happening in the world, your mind is on a mission to then go and achieve that and to find that for you, because that's what you're setting your RAS on. Your brain is a goal-achieving machine. It's going to go after everything that you want it to, whatever you tell it to. If you tell it that you want to find all the good in the world, you will find it. If you want to find all the bad, you will find that too. It's literally a game of focus. If you understand this, if you understand that you get to choose what you want to focus on, if you want to focus on how someone's betrayed you, you'll find it. If you want to focus how that same person has loved you and how that person has accepted you and helped you, you will find them too. It's literally a game of focus. Most people's ego is in their way. They don't want to allow and humble themselves to let that person and find the good in the other person, how it's actually helped them and served them. They would rather hold negative emotions, judgment, resentment towards that person because it makes themselves feel better. You've got to have courage. If you want to change your life, you've got to have courage. You've got to have the courage to let go of the things that no longer serve you. So your RAS actively works to prove your beliefs true. There's a belief cycle. Or we could call it, say, the success cycle or the momentum cycle, whatever we want to label it. But we have a belief. Now that belief then creates actions. That action then creates habits. Those habits create results. Understandable. Now these results fuel this belief 100% of the time. Let me say that again. It fuels that belief and backs that up and proves that belief 100% of the time. So if you have a belief, you take actions that are aligned to that belief, that action then creates habits that are aligned to that belief, and then those habits then create results which are aligned to that belief and fuels that 100% of the time. So if you're not getting the results that you want in life, it's a belief issue, it's not an action or a habit issue. Because if you change the way you believe, your habits will naturally change. This is the crazy part about it. Everyone's trying to use willpower to change their habits and change their actions. But if you actually change the belief, it's going to change. Because if you think you're not good enough, doesn't matter what new habits you're going to take, the unconscious behavior and the unconscious belief is, I'm not good enough. So you're going to be taking actions and create habits from that belief of I'm not good enough, which is going to give you more results of not being good enough. And then that's going to fuel that belief and the cycle is just going to continue. So if you want to change your life, we have to change the evidence that you're filtering for. We have to change your RAS. And so there's 3 steps that I'm going to give you that's going to help you reprogram your mind now. Very, very simple. Don't overlook it and go think it's too simple and it's not going to work. It's actually simple. And this is the thing. So many people think, and I think it's in human nature, that we want to overcomplicate things and we think things have to be really complex and hard, much harder than what they are. But what if it was easy? Like how cool would that be if it was actually easy? Because it can be. So step number 1, we have to find your old wiring. And this method, these 3 steps is actually rooted in neuroscience to permanently shift your internal wiring. We're actually using neuroscience here. It's not just some woo-woo. So we have to look at your old wiring. So make a list of what's going well in your life, things that you would like to keep. Also make a list of what's not working on all of the holes. And so the holes are your unconscious script or your blueprint. This includes beliefs, this includes resistance like fears, doubts, worries, all of those. So make a big list, and also there can be justifications of why you can't achieve the thing. One of my favorite questions is, what must I be believing to have these results right now? Or the lack of results. What must I be believing? That then helps me uncover the beliefs. And you just trust. It's a bit of an intuitive process. You just trust and write down what you might be believing. The other thing is you can ask is, why is this not working? Because at that time, that's the beliefs and that's the resistance. Because a belief is nothing but a decision. At some point in your life, you may have decided that you don't have enough time. And your reality is reflecting that back to you. And you're taking actions that are then creating results that keep proving to you that you don't have enough time. And then that's how it just keeps going and cycles and continues. And people argue with me, black and blue, that they don't have enough time. And I'm like, you can't hypnotize me into your bullshit story. There is enough time. We have 24 hours a day. Every person has the exact same time. I don't care. It's just a belief. Richard Branson has probably 300 or 400, I'm not 100% sure, companies. He has more time to spend with his family than anyone else. Do not tell me that you don't have enough time. There's always enough time. We just believe that there's not, or we're not efficient enough and we don't plan enough. And I guarantee you that I could probably find time in your calendar where you're wasting it, where it's inefficient. So it's just a belief and you're gonna make yourself more busier. So when we find all of those things, that's step one. Step number two, we want to make a new empowered decision around this. We want to then actually start creating our new reality. So step number one is finding the resistance, finding the things that you don't like, the beliefs that no longer serve you, the unconscious blueprint. The next step is we want to then start creating your new identity. So then you write down what you want to achieve, who you want to be. Then you start writing down the beliefs that that person will believe. What will that person believe about life, about reality, about mindset, around relationships, around money, around career, all the beliefs. This person will believe this person will believe this person will believe this. So then you've got this whole new set of beliefs that then you're going to then be able to start reprogramming. Now, the other step inside of this as well is you take all of the limiting beliefs that you've found and all of the fears, the doubts, and all of the resistance, and you flip that to the other side. Say, for example, you don't have time, you flip that to the other side, and whatever it is, you create a new belief that's going to be better for you. So it could be simple as, I have time for everything that's important to me, or I always make time. Whatever it is that you want to believe, that's the opposite. Now, you could have money is scarce or money is hard to make. You flip that to the other side, is money is everywhere, money is easy to make. And then that's your new belief. And how much different does that feel already, knowing that money is easy to make? Because it's there, you just haven't seen it, you've just been unconscious to it. If we go into a little step further around universal laws, you can't have one without the other. There's law of correspondence and law of polarity. You wouldn't know what up is without down. You wouldn't know what cold is without hot. You wouldn't know what positive is without negative. You wouldn't know what limiting belief is without an empowering belief. So there's always two, as above, so below, law of correspondence. There has to be one of the opposite. So if you have a limiting belief at that same exact time, there's an empowering belief, you're just unconscious to it. So you have this empowering belief, you have this limiting belief. You now get to choose, because we're flipping your focus and you're setting your RAS now onto how it's helping you. I hope you can see how this is all fitting together. And now the final step, step three, is we're actually going to start finding the evidence of how that's true for you. So let's use the example of, I always make time for everything that's important to me. You want to just create a list now of all the evidence that you have, past and present, that backs that belief up, and keep looking, because it will be there. People say, no, it's not. You've just got to look harder. It is there. If you want to look how money is easy to make, you'll find that too. You've just got to keep doing it. And then so all of those new beliefs that you've created of your new identity, list at least a minimum of 15 ways and pieces of evidence that backs up that new belief. And when you start doing that, you'll start believing it, and you'll start going, wow, this is actually the process of changing your brain. It does take some time, yes. It does take some work, yes. But it's actually not that hard. Like, can you imagine if you just go, right, I want to believe all these things about myself and about the world, and then you just start writing them down and start finding the evidence for them. Life is a game, and it's so easy when you know how to play it. Now, one final part is the echo effect. So you might change these things, and all of a sudden you go, right, well, where's the evidence in my life that things have changed? It just takes a little bit of time for the worlds to catch up, right? The inner world to catch up to the outer world. Sometimes it can take 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes a bit longer, sometimes a bit shorter. Sometimes it can be instant, and I think that can be a downfall because a lot of people, they get instant results and then we expect it always to be instant. It doesn't always happen that way. Think about it like an echo. An echo goes out and then comes back. And so this is the same thing. It's like you've started believing these things. You've had these old beliefs that are running for so long, and they're going out into the world and then getting mirrored back to you. But then so they're on its way back, right? Now you've changed your belief. So that belief is now on its way out. But these old ones are still coming back. They're still getting echoed back to you through reality. So we just need a little bit of time for our new beliefs to go out and get echoed back to us. So it does take a little bit of time. And stay loyal to your new beliefs. Once you've made a new belief, stay loyal to it. Once you've made a new belief, stay loyal to it. And the key thing is, if you want to supercharge this, is read these every day and even do a couple every day as well. So what happens is throughout the day, they're on the forefront of your mind, and your mind is actually starting to use its RAS to filter reality to find even more evidence of how it's true. And what you will understand and what you will notice is within 90 days, if you do this every single day or multiple times a week, you will notice a massive shift in how you feel, how you act, and the results that you have in your life in just 90 days. It's very, very powerful. So if you want some help with this, reach out to us. In the links down below, you will see that there's some different resources of our programs. You can book a call, all of those things. And you can text me as well. The number will be down there. Text me. I'll help you with whatever you need. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. Drop in the comments what you got from this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, send it to anyone else that you think will benefit from this. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.